My father went to Haiti when I was 5, left the crib one day, no one ever seen him again. My mother used to
really
just be like, yo, they killed him. I'm going to school like, yo, man, my father's dead, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you doing Father's Day cards. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, but it hurt. They sent you to Brooklyn first. You got to go Brooklyn to Canaan, go through all these jails, like sleepover stuff. And then they brought me to Allenwood. You figure out who you know there. I ran into a few people I was at in Rhode Island. They made sure I was good, you know what I'm saying? And, you find the Boston car, show your paperwork.
You got a moment when they see you down, there's no they love it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bounce Back Podcast. I'm your host, B. Luke. I got a very special guest with me today, somebody who I thought of when formulating the idea of this podcast and a true inspiration. I mean, if you're from Cambridge, you know him, but without further ado, I'll let him introduce himself, tell the people your name, where you're from, and what you're doing with Everybody Gotta Eat.
What's up, man? My name is Emmanuel Mervil. I'm from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Grew up right here in the Port, right across the street at McDonald's. I used to live on top of McDonald's back in the days, when the pissy alleyway was there and stuff like that. High Five and all that. Yeah, man, I've been here my whole life and just been grinding, man. Now I'm doing Everybody Gotta Eat. Started off as a food blog. Then we're doing catering, marketing, and event curation now. So we just pushing, man.
Okay, so what made you want to start the food blog?
I used to watch Anthony Bourdain. I used to watch, all the guys that's on TV traveling the world eating, and I was like, yo, I gotta do that. I want to do that. I came home, I used to just run around and go to all the restaurants, and I would, blog about it. Not even blog about it, I would just do Snapchat videos. Yeah. One day I met this girl, she had a food blog. I actually went out to this restaurant in the North End with my man Chef Jones, Dumiz, Dumiz, and my man Derek. He has Green Path Consulting. He's doing some dispensary stuff right now. But we went into this restaurant and this girl was like, yo, I got a food blog. So I looked at it, I was like, yo, I could do that. That night I stayed up all night and just, boom, loaded up all the stuff I already had on my phone. And just kept it on the low and just kept pushing it, you know what I'm saying? And, it just blew up.
And that's something, like I always try to tell people, like whatever you do, whatever you like to do, just record it. Like if you're doing it anyway for the passion and because you love it, before any monetary gain is involved, you like to eat, I like to work out, whatever it may be. Just, some people like to talk, video games, like whatever you just, at this age, like stream it, record it, and put it out.
Nowadays, you know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
I just had fun with it, met some chefs, met some restaurant owners, and just kept pushing it.
And that's the important part too that people forget about is the have fun part of it. You know what I mean? Definitely gotta have fun.
I love to eat, man. That's fun to me. Like I go to Hot Pot, I go Haitian food, Thai food, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's like my get away from life real quick and just vibe. You know what I mean? So I'm stressing, I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? Like. Whatever I got to do, it most likely involves food. Like yesterday, I was with my son. We was having hot pot. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do, man.
What is hot pot? Just I guess break that down.
So it's a Chinese, it's Chinese food kind of, but like I think they go back like centuries, and they boil hot water, and you put vegetables in it, fish, chicken, beef, lamb, whatever, and it cooks right there in front of you. Some of it probably takes a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? And it's a vibe, man. I'm gonna take you out there.
Absolutely. Have you always had like an open mind with food? Because some people are very picky. Like some people, like it took me a long time just to eat fish. Like I didn't eat fish in my household, like besides tuna and then like the freezer. I'm
Haitian, man. We eat all types of stuff, but when you start talking about rabbit and frog and stuff like that, and just from watching these shows, I've watched these dudes eat all types of stuff. So I ain't gonna say I'm gonna eat everything, but I've ate frog, I've ate rabbit,
gator,
I ate lamb, I ate gator. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say I'm gonna eat everything. Like today, I seen some crazy Vietnamese frog thing. Like I was like, nah, I ain't gonna eat that. But it depends on how it looks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing too. Just doing the little bit I did with I started taking a nutrition course. Like before we ever taste food, right? We judge it based on how it looks, smells, and then the feel. Some people have they can't eat cottage cheese because of how the texture and stuff like that.
Textures is funny too. You know what I mean? Like But I'm open to try a lot of things, just not everything. You know
okay, no, I heard that. So is this a plan that started formulating while you were locked up, before you got out?
Since I was a kid, man, since I grew up right here, just watching food shows, I was just like, yo, I want to travel the world and eat. That was always my dream. You know what I'm saying? So The Alchemist talks about omens, you know what I'm saying? And like how everything happens for a reason and just paying attention to the signs and stuff. So me doing the blogging, it was something I like to do. Like on the Snapchat, I was just doing it for fun, right? Yeah. But then, you know, meeting that girl, you know what I'm saying? To me, that was a sign. To me, it was that sign to start the blog, you know what I mean? So like us being here right now is a sign, you know what I'm saying? So I really got more spiritual when my mom's died like a few years ago. I was just like, yo, everything's a sign, you know what I'm saying? So if you catch on to it, you know what I mean, at the right time, you know what I mean, things can happen, you know what I mean? So.
Condolences about your mom and, you know, was the Phantom Gourmet, was that like?
Phantom, man, I be going to the Phantom Food Festival still, you know what I'm saying? They follow me on Instagram, you know what I mean? I'm watching them. I've been watching them for years, and that's one of the motivations too, just Phantom Gourmet and stuff like that.
So how does it evolve? I guess walk me through that from just posting videos of what you're eating to like the catering and the events and everything that it is to this day. How does that evolve?
I mean, it was just one step at a time, man. Like, you know, Millie's, Bia, all them, they come into town, they hit me up for food, right? So I'm gonna call my chef guys, yo, they need food, you know what I'm saying? And after a while, it was just like, hold on, man, let me get some chefs to do catering for me. So I just started marketing that I'm doing catering. I'm like, yo, I got food. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? So I was just posting it on my Instagram. People started calling me. My phone started ringing. And, you know, it's keeping me busy. And I'm like, I can make some money. I can pay the bills. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go with this. You know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
And then the events, it was still part of the page. Like, you know, I had these, like the cookout I do in the port. I think we had like 6 chefs battling for the first cookout. Like, everybody think they the best chef, right? Absolutely. So everybody thinks they the best. So it's
were
like,
you the
know
judge?
what I mean? Honestly, we didn't get to all that because it just got so lit. You know what I'm saying? Food, vibes. This is around COVID, and people are just like, yo, this, you know, let's get this battle going. And as the battle went on, nobody thought about the $1,000 they were supposed to get or the belt they were supposed to get. We was just having fun, you know what I'm saying? But and it was dope, man. And we on our 5th year now.
You've been getting some recognition, I see, too, from the city, state, or whatever, NAACP award or anything like that. So talk a little bit about that and you know, what's that like?
No, it's dope, man. It makes you keep going, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you want to quit and just go back to what you know what I mean? You know, stuff like that is motivation to keep going and keep pushing. You know, sometimes you run into people in the street and they're like, yo, bro, I love what you're doing. You know, keep motivating us, you know what I'm saying? Because some people are still trying to figure it out, trying to make a way out. They're still trying to figure it out. So if I can be motivation to the young guys and, you know, guys my age, you know what I mean, whatever, I'm here, you know what I'm saying?
It's never too late to do great.
But nah, it was dope, man, because
what was the award for? I'm sorry to cut. What was the exact award for? How does that
work? It was entrepreneurship award.
Okay.
It was the Martin Luther King Jr. drum roll for entrepreneurship award, and it was the first time they did this category. You know what I'm saying? And they felt like, you know, I represented that and embodied that, and just been putting in work, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, hard work don't go unnoticed. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the whole NAACP Cambridge. Absolutely. I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
I saw Jason Tatum pulled up to the last event there. I mean, how's that feel? That's got to be like one of those things. Like you said, man, it's a sign. It tells you you're doing the right thing.
It's
at
God,
least,
man. You know what I'm saying? Tatum pulling up, that was crazy, man. Like we at the barbecue, it's crazy out there, and you know, my people was telling me he was pulling up, but I'm like, man, I ain't gonna believe it till I see him here. You know what I'm saying? And they hit the corner, and I was like, yo, that's God. You know what I'm saying? Like, who would ever think NBA champion, Olympic champion, Jason Tatum, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man, you can't make this up. But nah, shout out to Viper, Twin, Star and the Bean, Brett Hampton, they put that together. And,
that's amazing.
That was dope, just to see the little kids, man, like, wanting to take a picture with Tatum, man. Like, you know, you can't make this is something you'll never forget, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ever remember, like, back in the days, we used to go to, what's that thing in the coast, man? Hoops and Health. Like, certain events you'll never forget. And I think that's one of the moments that, like, you know, the kids always remember, we'll always remember. And, you know, it was epic out there, man.
Absolutely. And shout out to all the Celtics and everything that they all do in the community, including Jaylen Brown. You have a little relationship with him?
That was, you know, that was another situation, man. That's God, man. Like, so I seen they had a application for the Boston Exchange that he's doing. He's trying to close the racial wealth gaps in Boston and the racial disparities and the wealth disparities actually. So he was like, you know, fill out this application. You know, see if you get in the program. So I seen it. I ain't say nothing about it. And then my homegirl, Judy Kazoo, she does real estate out here, commercial real estate. And she was like, she just sent it to me on Instagram. And I was like, yo, that's a sign. I sent it to my cousin Manushka. She runs the Central Square bit around here. And, you know, we filled it out. And God, man, you know what I'm saying? The angels, Mom Dukes, Pop Dukes. Like, to me, my mom's is with me every day of the day. You know what I mean? Like, my pops is with me. So, you know, I know the angels got me, you know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
that's what that was. And we had, so it's called the Boston Exchange. They picked like 10 people and, you know, 10 different businesses from the city. I think they had like, man, over 500, 700, not actually, I don't know, 700 applicants or something. I don't even know, probably more, honestly. It was probably more, but just to be one of the 10, man, I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying? So,
What's that mean to the community, in your opinion, that guys like JB and Tatum are actually coming to the community and actually seeing what this place is about instead of just being the employer, Boston
no,
Celtics?
that's real, man, because JB was like, you know, the championships and the accolades are cool, but, you know, he's more about what he could do for the community, you know what I'm saying? His grandmother was into it. My mother was into it. Like, my mother and pops came from Haiti to right here. Cambridge, you know what I'm saying? They brought the whole village with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they put them on their feet, got them jobs and stuff. So to me, like, I was always in the community stuff, you know what I'm saying, because of my family. But now it's like just on a different level, you know what I mean? And I just love what he's doing, man, bringing it back, you know what I mean, helping us, and you know, and we can help some other people, you know what I'm saying? So
absolutely. So, what are your short-term and long-term? Excuse me, long-term goals as far as everybody got to eat? Where do you see yourself in, you know, a few years from now with that?
I mean,
just keep leveling up.
Everybody got to eat doing all types of different things. I got a nonprofit. I've been doing nonprofit work forever, but I just finally pressed the button the other day. So pray for me. Hopefully, I get that. Nonprofit status, but I still want to do the nonprofit stuff, going to, you know, the arts center, going to the Area 4, going to Boston, you know what I'm saying, and then like feeding people, you know what I'm saying, going to the projects, doing barbecues, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, food brings people together, you know what I'm saying, so I still want to keep doing that. I still want to build this catering company. We still want to open a location, you know what I mean, you know, like, we just gonna keep pushing and keep grinding, man. We ain't gonna quit, you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So that's where I'm at with it, man. The sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the documentary I want to keep working on.
Let's go.
You seen a little clip, like, you know, we gonna keep going, man.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that. So, bro, like, community, man. I see you at community events, even if you're not involved or anything like that. Why is the community so important to you?
It's just always been in my blood. Like I said, my mom's, my pops, she used to go to Haiti and go to the jails, the slums, feed people, you know what I'm saying? And it's real, it's authentic, it's not no for Instagram, like we really do this to help people, you know what I'm saying? I remember coming home trying to figure it out, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if I could hire somebody that's into culinary, that's doing what I'm doing, cool. Community is what I'm about, you know what I'm saying? Everybody Gotta Eat is literally about the community. You know? The money's cool, but what you gonna do for your community, you know what I mean?
So you mentioned God a couple times. Was that something that was big in the household coming up? Did you go to church all the time?
Yo, my mom's lived in the church, bro. Pray like 100 times a day. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't understand it, but I was like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, she used to whoop my ass to go to church. You know what I mean? Excuse my language, but, you know, like, I used to hide. You know what I'm saying? Try not to go to church, but she was into church so much that it made me more godly. You know what I'm saying? And especially when she passed, it was just like, yo, you know, God, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at with it, man. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for God, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been through so many trials and tribulations, you know what I'm saying? So to be here speaking to you right now is God, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of people didn't make it this far, and we lost a lot along the way. People that are even younger than us, you know, I understand the parents thing and everything too. Let's talk about that, though. Your parents came over here. Were you already born Or did they come? Like
No,
when did they come?
I was
Like,
born
what's the
here.
timeline?
I was born in
Okay, so they
Cambridge
came
Hospital.
here first.
Yeah, they came here in late 70s. You know, I got 3 brothers in Haiti. My sister, that's 4 of us. They're here now, but she grinded, got us all up out here. My sister was born here with me. She grew up in Boston, and you know, she was grinding, man, just putting it all together. You know what I mean? Because my father went to Haiti when I was 5, left the crib one day, no one ever seen him again.
Wow.
So she been holding the family down forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So she sounded like a strong woman. Did you see like that having an effect on her in the household?
She had no choice. She had to keep working. She had to keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had no choice. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got 4 kids to feed, and it's like, you know, she was strong with it. You know what I'm saying? She just told me, work hard, keep pushing, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my hard work and comes from her. You know what I'm saying? Like, just seeing her grinding, man. She used to chase me through the projects, man. She don't care how many people's in the projects.
Right.
Like, she's coming through the projects. Like, where's he at? You know what I'm saying? So anybody that grew up in Cambridge, that grew up in Newtown, Court Washington House, they know my moms. You know what I'm saying? So she don't play. She'll go to do a whole shift and come to the projects, look for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she try to keep me away from the life.
What's going through like your mind, I guess, in that process when you're 5 years old with your father? I mean, at first, I'm sure there was maybe some hope that he'd come back. Or
Man, I didn't know what was
just
going on.
so young,
My mother
you
used to
didn't
just
really
be
get it.
like, yo, they killed him. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm going to school like, yo, man, my father's dead, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, you doing Father's Day cards. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn. But it hurt.
Yeah.
Definitely hurt.
I bet, man.
Growing up, no pops, basketball practices, you know what I'm saying? You just like, you just gotta keep pushing, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially so young, dealing with loss, man. Kids could be resilient. You don't even know what you're dealing with sometimes till you look back. You know?
No. I ain't realized the trauma till later. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, I definitely was affected by it. And shout out to Sheik too, Miss Sheik. I was talking to her the other day, and it was something I always wanted to do, like helping kids that grew up without parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a little 5-6-year-old kid at my son's school now that her mother died. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know, she goes through it, and you know, I can relate. You know what I'm saying? And I know that hurts, man. So so she knows her mother well, and I remember my father well. So like, I know.
Yeah.
She's going through it, you know what I'm saying? So Sheik, shout out to her. She's doing a Christmas give back for 50 kids that lost their parents, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sheik,
Absolutely.
man. She's a nice rapper. She might write some of your favorite rappers' raps out here, you know what I'm saying? So,
I'll put the flyer up.
you
too.
definitely got to get her
Send
up here.
it, or I can
She's
find
official. She's official. Get her up here, you know what I
For
mean?
sure. Talk about where you fall in line as far as the siblings. Are you?
I'm the last one.
Yeah,
I'm the
okay,
last
so
one,
you're the baby,
yeah, so,
right? The quote unquote.
Yeah, I'm the baby of the family, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You know, they grew up in Haiti, 3 of them, and my sister grew up in Boston. Actually, she grew up with us officially, like from the beginning, but then we went into foster care. Allegedly, my mom's was hitting us and stuff, and that's what was said, but I was just like, yo, bring me back to my mom's. Like, I don't, you know, foster care ain't for me. I don't even know these people, you know what I'm saying? But my sister ended up staying out there, and I ended up staying in the bridge, you know what I'm saying? She grew up off of Morton Street in Dorchester. I mean, actually, she was in Roxbury first, then Dorchester, you know what I'm saying? So she moved around a little.
Was it like a bad place, or you just wanted to be back with your
Oh,
mom? A
no,
little
actually,
bit of both?
she grew up with my uncle's wife. She grew up with my uncle's wife, you know what I'm saying? But she wasn't always there. They had to get her, you know what I'm saying? And
So when you said foster care, is that who you were with? You were with family, or?
No, we
like
were
in
in
a
foster
foster
care.
home?
We were in really foster home, you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? But she ended up staying, and I ended up coming back. I don't know how I did it, but I got back, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, bring me back to my mom's.
Why did you want to go? Did you just want to be back with your mom, or were there some messed up things going on
No,
there?
I just wanted to be my mom's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know these
Go back to
people.
what you
Like,
know.
my moms ain't do nothing to me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't feel like it. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, if we getting a whooping, that's regular, you know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, I was just like, bring me back to Mom Dukes, you know what I'm saying?
And being so young when your father passed away, you still have fond memories of him, and anything like any jewels he tried to drop to you too? I mean, granted, you being so young. So.
No, I just remember sitting right here with him, right across the street, right? Like, you see where that alleyway is right there? There used to be a pissy alleyway right there.
Now
We
they
used
got
to
the
sit
nice
right
graffiti.
there.
Yep.
Like, sit right there just chilling all day.
Yeah.
Wintertime, summertime, it don't matter. We was right there on Mass Ave. So. And then the last time I seen him was right there on Douglas right there. And he got in the car. They said, you know, he's going to Haiti. And that was the last time I seen him. You know what I'm saying?
You never know when the last time you're going to see somebody is. So love your people, man. You know,
Word.
My mom's young. She had me when she was young. But who knows, man? She could be gone tomorrow.
Listen, you
Time's
never
precious.
know, man. Shout out to SP, man. I mean, rest in peace to my boy SP. He died like a few weeks ago in jail, heart attack. Like,
Really?
you know, rest in peace to him, man. Good dude. You know what I mean? He was into the real estate, the stocks, all that stuff, and had a family, kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I just, you know, it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, these kids gotta grow up without a father. I know how that feels, man.
Yeah.
So it's real. You know.
Absolutely.
It is.
So
what it is.
okay, let's talk about the early years, man. School, Cambridge. Where'd you go to school?
Shit, I was at Maynard School right
Okay.
there. I was at Maynard, man, Mr. Dancy and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I was at Maynard till like 3rd grade. Then we went to Kennedy, East Cambridge.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's like the same route I took.
You already
Yep.
know. Getting into fights over there, getting kicked out. And went to Agassiz. They sent me to Agassiz.
Okay.
And I couldn't even really get in trouble over there
Yeah.
like that. I was just like, okay, you know, it was cool though. You know what I'm saying?
What grade was that by the time you got to Agassiz?
They sent me to Agassiz about, I want to say, 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't go to school for like 6 months. I was
Okay.
just like,
So you weren't at Kennedy that long then?
yeah, no, I wasn't that long. Like about 5th grade, I went to, I want to think like somewhere in 5th grade, I went to Agassiz and I stopped going to school. They was in Somerville where like, you see how you going towards Market Basket? What's that school over there on,
I'm not sure.
I don't know. But it was a little school over there before. They were trying to fix the new one now. Well, it's not new now, but they were trying to fix that school, and I was just like, nah, man, I ain't trying to go over there. And, I just remember dude was like, yo, you gonna be dumb, man. You ain't going to school, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? Let me go back to school, you know what I'm saying? So,
who was saying this? The
I mean, you know,
kids at school
dudes
or
on the
kids?
block, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, cause I don't know anybody from that school like that, you know what I mean? I ended up, you know, running into a few people later on, but you know, it all worked out. I ended up graduating, you know what I'm saying? Went to Ringe and Latin and played ball, you know, did the regular stuff over there, you know what I'm saying?
You graduate from Ringe too? You got
Yeah, I graduated
high
from
school
Ringe,
diploma?
yep. I got my diploma from Ringe.
Okay.
Ringe was cool. Ringe was cool, man.
Well, before we get into Ringe, right, let's back it up a little bit because you said you got kicked out of Kennedy. And when did you first start getting in trouble at school?
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Just doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
I was in Mr. Dancy's. I said Mr. Dancy. Mr. Haley. He had the. He used to do the suspension class.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And there was a I was always in that class, just playing ball. I could never beat this dude in ball, man. This shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, old dude, man. I could never beat him, man. But I met a lot of people in the suspension class, like, because a lot of kids would come from other schools and stuff, and they would put them in that class just because they was, you know what I mean? And, you know, a lot of them people I'm still cool with today, you know what I mean, which is crazy.
At what point do you get into the streets? The street life? Or
I mean, you know, shit, I want to think like 5th, 6th grade, you know what I mean?
Around that time you're talking about, we just left
yeah,
school
like
for a little
5th,
bit.
6th grade, like, you know, smoking, you know what I mean? Like, smoking dime back, you know what I mean? Just like little stuff, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, eventually, you know, like I remember when I really got into it is when I wanted to get an Averex. That was like, that's when I was like, yo, I need that Averex. Everybody had an Averex, I needed an Averex. That's when I really felt like I jumped in full time, you know what I'm saying? But not even full time, but I just wanted that jacket, you know what I'm saying? After I got the jacket, it was kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? But you know, little by little, you just
and that's the thing too, man. At school, that you got these trends. I feel like my thing was like the Sherlin, you know, the Sherlin jacket.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
the one thing I want.
Actually, it probably been the Sherlin. It was probably the Sherlin. It was one of them. You know what I mean? Like one of them things that, and it's sad because you know, like that one thing and make you get into some shit that you probably never come home from. You know what I'm saying? Or not even, you know, literally. You know what I mean? So. You know, I did it for a jacket, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad, you know what I'm saying? It's sad.
Right, and it's nothing against, you know, like that's just how it is sometimes. Like some people are not paying that much, but for a jacket or can't afford it, whatever's going on. You know, there's other things. Obviously, you know, your dad's not around, mom's working hard.
And mind you, I don't even think I even asked my moms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just was like, you know, I know she's grinding. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to ask her. You know what I'm saying? Which she probably would have gave me. You know what I'm saying? If I really bugged her that much. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't ask. I was just like, yo, I'm gonna figure this out. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one of them things. You
And
know?
then eventually, the hustling leads into other things that start happening.
Yeah. No, the hustling definitely. You start getting into street situations. You know what I'm saying? Like just all types of shit, man. Like, you know, all sorts of
crazy stuff. Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much stuff, man. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes, you know, people force your hand, or they just, you know, they see you making money and they get jealous for whatever reason.
Yeah,
friends turn to strangers.
Stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, someone's gonna try you. You know what I'm saying? Someone's gonna try something. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to go through all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
so
still here.
I guess kind of break down what Cambridge in general was like growing up in that era for you.
To me, everybody was hustling, man. Everybody was getting money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was driving big cars and jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Like I came, like the projects used to be like, man, Jamaican dudes, Haitian dudes, American dudes. You know, like a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was getting money, man. Like it was like. High Five used to be packed every weekend, you know what I'm saying? There used to be fights, you know what I mean, all the time. It was just a lot of hustling, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out here was just hustling. Everybody was fly and hustle, you know what I'm saying? All the shorties is out here, you know what I mean? Like it was just, you know, it was good to see. You know, it was motivation, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just to see people getting money and just being fly, and you know, you wanted that, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I need them shoes right there, I need that car right there, you know what I mean? So, like,
I like it, I want it.
People was just getting money, man.
It's good to see too. I mean, not good obviously because it led to certain things that end up getting locked up and everything. But when you see somebody you know getting like why can't I do it? And it catches
and
on.
you're watching it every day, you know what I'm saying? You're seeing what they're doing. They're going over there, and like you're watching it as a kid, you know what I'm saying? And you're in it, you know what I mean? So, you know,
things happen.
Just growing up in them areas is like that's all you're gonna see. Pac-Man and DTs and all that. Like, you know, you're gonna see all that stuff. People getting locked up, people, you know what I mean?
Sometimes it's just too easy to say no. Sometimes you may know people who are hitting you up like, hey, ask it, can I get this? I'm like, and in your head you're like, yeah, well, I know about 3 people who got that. And it starts middleman in, and next thing you know, you re-ing up on a pack, and then you just knee deep in it, and then next thing you know, it all comes to a halt.
You know, you get comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
We'll talk a little bit more about Ringe. You said you did end up graduating.
Yeah.
Any sports or anything like that? You play any
sports?
I played
ball, man. I played basketball. Louis Ford, Terrell Dodge. We was nice, man.
Yeah,
like,
I know. What was your year of graduation? Because I feel like
2000.
He
graduated 2001, 2002, maybe.
Yep.
Like, so I was around that time.
Okay, so y'all. That's because I was just gonna say I remember either coming off a championship when I was a freshman.
They won after we went to the chip.
Okay, and then
we played against Charlestown. We lost. I couldn't play.
Oh, that's why y'all lost.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, you never know.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I like them tough games. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like I don't like people scoring. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that. Yep.
You know what I mean? So we played against Charlestown. Raheem Lamb and them, and it was just sad I couldn't play.
Talk about that. Why couldn't you play? Suspended or something?
So I had went to the hospital. I had a throat infection. You know, it had me out for a while. The French teacher gave me a bad grade. She was supposed to grade me on a certain time, like certain months, but she graded me wrong. And, you know, she apologized after, but it was just like, you know, it's too late now, you know what I'm saying? So I had to watch the game from the bench.
Damn.
That shit hurt, you know what I'm saying? But we was always balling though, man. We balling over in Boston, Cambridge, wherever. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We traveled, you know what I mean? So ball was cool, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I had a good time. Ringe was cool, you know what I'm saying?
How'd you do as far as academically? I mean, you graduated, but like, where were your grades at?
You know, I wasn't bad, man. I was probably like B's, C's, maybe some few A's here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think I did that bad. You know what I'm saying?
It's one of those things you get out what you put into it. If you're not putting in the effort, like you probably could have got A's.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a few. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying you probably could have got straight A's if you really dialed in like that.
We was in the streets. We was playing basketball. We was chasing girls. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just was making sure I passed. You know what I'm saying? As long as I passed, I was cool.
Was that something moms was on you about?
I mean, you know, in a Haitian household, you got to do good in school. So like, you got to make sure you're getting B's and C's at least. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure I was getting some good grades, man. I definitely know at least B's and C's. Like D's and all that, like I don't think we was playing that.
How was it growing up like Haitian in Cambridge? Did you find other Haitians and bond over that? Because it's a pretty big
Haitians are deep, man. Haitians are deep everywhere now, but I had a lot of cousins too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you said they brought the whole tribe, the whole village.
But yeah, a lot of Haitians out here that migrated here, and we were deep, man, all over the city, you know what I'm saying? So, and now you see it like, we deep, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like Somalians is deep out here, Haitians is deep out. But Cambridge is multicultural, you know what I'm saying? You got Portuguese, you got Cape Verdean, you got Haitian, you know what I'm saying? Like
Ethiopia, man. I mean, you keep going, you could probably list off 100 different.
Like it's multicultural, so you know, I was eating Ethiopian food as a kid, you know what I mean? Eating injera, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just because I knew friends from the projects that their family was from there, you know what I'm saying? So it's funny when I meet people. They're like, what you know about injera? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, I grew up with these people. You know what I mean? Like Cape Verdeans, you know, Cachupa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up with all the Cape Verdeans out here. So, you know, they deep.
Did you get into any behavioral issues at Ringe? Did that all kind of stop in elementary school?
You know, we used to all be getting into stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just causing trouble for no reason. But it wasn't about nothing serious, you know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy like that.
Okay, so you graduate from high school, right? At this point, do you have any arrests, juvenile or, probably not, no arrests, clean record right now. You graduate from high school. What's the plan?
I went to Fisher College and I was still in the streets and stuff, but you know, I went there for computer technology, but that's when I started catching cases too, you know what I'm saying? I remember one time I was leaving school and I had a air freshener in my rear view, and I got pulled over. He said he started following me. I seen him start following me too, and we went over to like with Museum. Is that the Museum of Science right there in East Cambridge?
Yeah,
What's that?
That's Museum of Science.
So I went that way. I went that way. Took a right on the bridge going towards Charlestown, and I took a left, and he pulled me over and. I ran. He tackled me. Next thing you know, I got all types of charges, assault, battery, and shit. So
you physically got out the car, physically ran. It wasn't a chase.
He told me to get out the car. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what you want me to get out the car for? You know what I'm saying? So you know, I had something in the car, so I was just out. And I got caught. Someone hopped out, helped him, and all types of shit.
Oh, what, like a good Samaritan?
But I just didn't like. You know, first of all, I'm getting pulled over for no reason. He said I was speeding, which is a lie. You know what I mean? You know, that racial profiling shit was crazy because he probably see me with a hat on or something, hoodie, whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm just leaving school going to pay my Nextel phone bill. That's what I was going to do, you know what I'm saying? And I just had something I didn't supposed to have on me. Ended up catching a possession charge and assault and battery charge. Okay. I ended up beating the case. Shout out to George Murphy. But the assault and battery part, they said I had to take the trial.
Okay.
And he was just like, yo, man, who you think they're going to believe, a state trooper or you? You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, you know, I'm going to plea out. But, you know, a lot of my cases was racial profile, man, getting pulled over for no reason, you know what I'm saying?
Just out of curiosity. Kind of car you drive in? Is it something new, flashy?
I'm usually in a rental or something, you know what I'm saying? For the most part. I'm usually in a rental at the time.
Because I feel like that could be part of the profiling, right? If they see maybe a young black man with a nice car.
Of course, they see you in a nice car. It's usually
any young person, I guess, too, but probably more so.
It's usually a nice car, you know what I'm saying? Or having too many people in the car with you, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of racial profiling, man, which is sad, you know what I mean? But, you know, that's what we got to go through. Like, my first case was actually in Brighton.
Oh, okay.
I was in a brand new Lex. They just was like, yo, who is this kid? What's he doing out here? You know what I'm saying? Caught cases back to back after that. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's not even about actually, you know, convicting you. It's just like, let me find out who this dude is. Now you're on their radar, and they might be able to watch you a little more.
I mean, you know, that's what they do.
So what happens with the Brighton case? You beat that one?
So I beat Brighton, end up catching the Charlestown.
Would you have to plead guilty to that?
I kept going. So I had caught the case in Boston too, like in the South End. Then I ended up catching a gun charge in Harvard in the bridge. The hotel case I caught, that was like all over the news and stuff like that. And I know Bishop was on this show. He was.
So growing up, I didn't have a father. Older guys around my way were the guys I wanted to be like. So it went from being like the older guys, then it went from being like, okay, the stars, the celebrity. I wanted to be just like them.
Yeah, I ended up catching that. So when I ended up catching that fourth case, that's when they grabbed me like, yo, he got 4 cases pending.
Wow.
Most of them got guns. Like, we got to hold him, you know what I'm saying? So I was in Nash status for like, they held me for like 6 months, no bail for the most part. And then I got Judge Ball. She's a judge in Boston, and she dropped it down to $25K, and I hopped out.
And that's the same thing. You got this paid lawyer the whole time.
Yeah, so,
you can talk a little bit
all
about
my
the
lawyers,
importance of having a paid lawyer.
Yeah, so all my lawyers are paid. I got George Murphy, I got Tim Flaherty, I got V. Castar. Like all my lawyers is, you know, George Murphy. Shout out to George Murphy. He beat the first case.
He's like a Cambridge legend, I feel like. As far as lawyers, that was the name I heard before I ever even got in trouble.
Yeah, he's official. So the cases I pled out to, he was just like, yo, since you're fighting this big case, to buy some time, I would not try to fight these cases because they could give you time, right?
And it might not count towards the other.
Me not thinking, I'm like, I should have been like, yo, tell them I'm about to get fried on these. They should just let these, you know what I'm saying?
Right, let them do it.
But, you know, he was just like, yo, man, take probation for these. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up taking probation for those. I ended up beating the gun case in Harvard. The Telly case, we ended up going to trial.
And this is Superior Court at this point?
Suffolk Superior, yeah.
Okay, and is this the only case that made it that far to Superior Court? The other ones just small cases? You had other Superior charges as well that you might have...
I want to think one of the gun charges went to Superior, but that Telly case is the one that really went to Superior. That was like...
So let's talk about that. I guess until you made that bail money, man, you first time being locked up, man, you probably used to a certain lifestyle, right? You're getting money, man. Like, what's going on, man?
You know, you got to charge us a game. You got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We ain't telling. So, you know, we got to, you know, get that canteen going. You know what I'm saying? They had me at Nashville Street first, and then...
So what's that experience like being from Cambridge? I'm sure you're tied in and know people from Boston, but that's a different county. You're almost like an outsider, which could be good. Like, you're not involved with all that beef or whatever they may have. Or...
You know what I mean? Like, I knew a lot of people from Boston anyway, just from being outside, going to let-outs, you know, just meeting different people, just from being outside. So, you know, you run into a few people in there, and then... you know, I'm out the way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what are you doing with your time that those, what was it, 6 months till you got that $25K?
Yeah.
What are you doing with your time? Start reading? You working
I was
out?
reading up on my laws, you know what I'm saying? So when my lawyer came, he was just like, yo, you got all the laws, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yeah.
So why? You figure, right, just I walk people through because they may not, you know, really understand it. You got the paid lawyer, you might just be like, he got that, he handled it. Let me just kick back and play poker with my time. Why was that important to you?
It's my life, you know what I'm saying? We was looking at like 15 to 20 years, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, what else am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get up out of here. You know what I mean?
That's his job, but this is my life.
Yeah,
he
so
lose trial, he going home to his wife at night, right?
Nah, he's chilling, but you know, one thing I always ask my lawyers is, what would you do? What would you do in this situation? Like, just to see where they're at with it, you know what I'm saying? And they felt confident that we could take it to trial. Actually, we beat half of it in the motion, you know what I'm saying?
Didn't even make it to the trial.
So a lot of stuff they couldn't even bring up in the trial, you know what I'm saying? But
so what kind of motion? This is
motion to suppress.
Motion to suppress evidence, fruit of the poisonous tree, all that type of stuff.
So there was a anonymous call.
Okay.
And there's a three-prong, I think it's a three-prong thing that you got to do to make sure that the informant or whoever is reliable, you know what I'm saying? Because someone can call 911 and say anything right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it just didn't pass that prong. They dismissed a lot of this stuff, but they found some stuff outside, so they had to prove that. Right. So they couldn't bring up nothing that happened in the room. I was in the hotel room. They couldn't bring nothing that happened in the room. They had to bring up the stuff outside, but it's like, okay, anybody could have threw it out. You know what I'm saying? So you know, luckily, we ended up beating it at trial, and you know, the judge just had a conversation with us. She was just like, "Yo, y'all just dodged a big bullet,
Yeah.
and that I hope you guys change your lives." You know what I'm saying? So that was real. You know what I mean? That was one of the toughest times of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Leading up to trial, you're getting close to trial. Like, what's going through your head? What are your lawyers telling you? Is it like, hey, man, this is 50-50?
know-
Or is it like, yo, this is a slam dunk?
Nah,
you got
you know,
this?
you got to go through the process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's stressed out. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, it's like your family's there. You know what I mean? Your friends are there. Everybody's just like nervous. You know what I'm saying? I had like, I want to think like 4 co-defendants. You know, everybody's just dealing with their stress, how they deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Did everybody eventually make bail on that?
Yeah, everybody made bail. I was,
Y'all all went to trial from the street.
yeah, everybody made bail, man. Shout out to my man C Gunner. He was the last to make bail when I came home.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, we made sure we got him out. Everybody made bail. We was on the same unit for 6 months. He could have been home, but he was just like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay with him till he gets out, and then, you know what I'm saying?
So you beat this big one.
Yeah.
You had the little ones that you dealt with.
Yeah.
Those all done at this point?
Yeah, no, those are all
Probation
done. Yeah,
or-
I ended up beating that case, so I really didn't have nothing. I just had the probation to finish up.
So is this the point where you start to turn your life around? What's next?
I was still outside.
Yeah.
I was still outside a little, you know, just staying out the way, man.
How long in between this and then where you catch your case where you had to go to the feds?
Probably caught that in like 07, 08, or something like that, gun
Okay.
charge. The ATF was on me for a while. Caught that case in 04, and then like, you know, probably 3 years later, I catch a gun charge. ATF was started looking for me. I was just like, yo, you know.
You caught wind like that? You already
Yeah.
you knew while you're still out and everything?
Yeah, so I had to go to court for the case. I bailed out, and so I got to go to court for the case. And but I get into some crazy shit at High Five over here. They found a gun, all types of stuff. So I was like, I got to be careful because they might think it's my gun. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I didn't go back to court. I sent my peoples to court though. I was just go see what's going on. But when they went in, there was like 20 agents just waiting for me. And they're like, what y'all doing there? You know what I'm saying? But then they called me like, yo, get up out of here, because I was across the street.
Wow.
And, you know, I got up out of there.
You went on the run?
Yeah.
So how long are you on the run? Did you
Yeah,
leave the state? Are you sometimes the best places to be right under their nose? Or
No,
like,
so in the
what's that
beginning,
life
I was
like?
just chilling at my people's crib.
Yeah.
I'm like, I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I talked to my lawyer. He's like, yo, get up out of here, go to Cali, get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Just get off the grid. You know what I mean? So, you know, I was chilling at my man O's crib for a while, but they was running in and out the crib. I'm like, you know what, man? I don't think this is the spot I need to be at just to be safe. And I don't want to make them hot. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I was in Hopkinton, man. Hopkinton, Mass, living with one of my boys and stuff. And
So what's that lifestyle like? Just being on the run, you still got, I mean, things still got to get done. You still, you know, bills got to get paid.
I mean, you know,
you
we
still
just-
got to, everybody got to eat still, right?
we just, you know.
It seems like it could be a lot of anxiety with that type of lifestyle.
I mean, you still had to figure out a way to get bread, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But you still got to lay low, stay in the cut. So it's funny because my man's mom had a big house. His parents had a big house out there. They was always at work for the most part. But at night, they'll be home, make some dinner, go to sleep. So for a while, they knew I was there. But then, you know, once they figured out my situation, they were like, oh, yeah, this dude got to go. You know what I'm saying? But I never left. You know, at night, I'd sleep in his closet. You know what I'm saying? Like, people wouldn't even, like, I was sleeping in the closet for, like, the first year.
What was your mind state like? Did you try to plan the next move, or you just like,
Well,
I'm
no,
just
you
riding
know,
this out?
like, you know,
Eventually you think about turning yourself in?
I'm just taking it one step at a time.
That's
just
it.
because I'm like, I know I'm looking at 20. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they told me at the time. So I'm just like, let me just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in no rush to turn myself in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. I mean,
you know what I mean?
especially looking at that much time, I get it. I get why someone would want to go on a run. You know what I mean? Looking at that much time, you never get those young years back. But you said you were on the run for how long? About 5-6 years?
Well, 5-6 years. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I was moving around. Like, after that year, I got tired of that. I was just like, I got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I started moving around, man. We was in Miami. We was in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We was back up here. You know what I mean? Just moving around, just staying low. You know what I'm saying?
So at what point does it come to the point where things collide, I guess? Did you turn yourself in? Do you get pulled over?
No, they actually,
They dropped the case? Or what
someone
happens?
gave them the drop. I don't know if it was from my phone or someone getting caught up and they seeing my name in his phone. Whatever it was, I ended up getting caught up like that, and I seen them before they came too. I just couldn't sleep. I felt the energy, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, what the hell's going on? And you know, I looked out my window in the morning and I just seen a car that's usually not there. I was living in Quincy at the time, and I got comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I seen a few cars I didn't like around the spot, and I'm just like, nah, this ain't right, you know what I'm saying? Waiting for it to get dark, walking right past these cars, you know what I'm saying? I had a hoodie on, it started raining. So they ain't say nothing to me because they didn't know who was under the hoodie, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting away that night, but I kept that same phone. You know, something told me to go to New York that night, I ain't go. Stayed at a telly that night, I kept my phone on, which I knew not to. They tracked me to the hotel where I was staying at in Norwood. I woke up in the morning, was gonna go get a new phone, and as I'm coming out the room, I just see someone shaking the door. I'm like, yo, I don't like that. Come out, circle me, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, what's up? They're like, what's your name? I'm like, Manny. They're like, oh yeah, we've been looking for you, you know what I'm saying? And one of the guys is like, yo, you remember me? I'm like, oh, nah. He's like, you remember me from Brighton? I was like, oh yeah, when y'all pulled me over for no reason? He was like, you know what, it's funny, you said that then, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, it's a small world. You know, the Fugitive Task Force, Boston Fugitive Task Force, U.S. Marshals, you know what I'm saying? You know, they're like, yo, where you been? I've been right here, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had to go through the process, go sit down at the courthouse downtown, and go through the process. You know what I mean? They ended up sending me to...
I just want to touch on that too, the technology side, right? There might have been a day and an age or an era where, like, you know, the criminals might have been one step ahead. Like, you know, the Wild Wild West, maybe before things were settled. John Dillinger, and all those guys. But I feel like now the technology is just, it's too advanced for, you know what I mean? If they really want you, they're gonna get you.
Stay off the phones. You know what I'm saying?
Stay off the phone. But even on the streets, just they went through like thousands of cameras just from businesses, houses, ring doorbells.
No, it's crazy.
Like
it's
if they
crazy,
really want
man.
you, especially like, you saw how they got the Boston Bombers. That was I'm like, oh, if they really want you and put the resources into it, they can get you.
The statue was coming up too. You never know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that works, but you just never know. You know what I'm saying?
That's for sure.
If they on your bumper, they on your bumper. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing gonna stop that. But you know, technology is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
the game's over, man. The streets it's tough. Just we're doing this so you at least, because the people who are going to be in the streets are always going to be there. It's unfortunate. That's probably the situation. But I feel like could be the generation that the younger cats can't be like the older cats lied to us. You know what I mean? They glamorized it. They glorified it. You know what I mean? We'll at least let them know what's waiting for you.
Everybody got to go through it.
Hopefully it's just, not too late for some of y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sitting there, exhaust all your appeals with a life bid and everything like that, man. It's like,
that's
all good and
I'm
cool.
definitely not trying to be sitting up in nobody's prison.
Not at all,
It's not
man.
fun in there. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Like, the nacho meals is cool, but I can make one out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I can go get a nacho meal out anyway. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So let's talk a little bit about like what's next now. Now this is they hold you again back in Nashua Street. You back in Suffolk?
No, they brought me to Wyatt Detention Center in Rhode Island.
Not sentenced yet.
Nah.
Okay, so you're sitting in Wyatt and you're going back and forth. So what's that experience like? You get to Wyatt. I mean,
you had to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had to figure it out. There's people from Connecticut, Boston, Rhode Island. You know what I'm saying? So Wyatt brings people from everywhere. So. I ran into a lot of people from Boston up there. So I ended up working in the law library and the visiting room. So I used to get to see everybody that come in, you know what I mean? And if someone comes in that knows me, like my man worked in the shipping, so I mean, not the receiving. Okay. So he would get everybody their clothes and stuff like that. So he might be like, yo, so-and-so's here, you know what I'm saying? So, I was moving around. I took like 20 classes in there, just staying busy, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm trying to get up out of here. I'm trying to look good for the court, so when they do look it up, like, yo, he did everything he was supposed to do. He was working, he was doing everything, you know what I mean? Right. It was cool, man. You know
How's
what I
it
mean?
work though, like just being new, right? Say you want to make a phone call. Sometimes there's politics behind that. Like, where do you sit for child? Like, is that something you gotta...
I mean, up
like,
there,
like you say, you figure it out, but does somebody tell you? Do you got to just ask people?
Up there was kind of different. Like, you know what I mean? You get used to the unit and just, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It's all about respect. You know how it is. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah.
Ain't nobody bullying you off the phone and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. I ain't see it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like everybody was pretty much respectful. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you know, I don't do too much. You know what I'm saying?
So at this point, any co-defendants this time around?
Nah, it was just me.
Okay,
You
so
know what I'm saying?
what's that like now? Like, how's it work for the lawyers? You gotta get like a federal lawyer. You can't use
So-
George Murphy. I take it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no. So they do federal cases too.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
get it twisted. It's just so that case, I made some phone calls. I ended up getting a different lawyer for this. Because the feds, you really like.
You're not beating it at trial.
I mean, very rare. It's very rare. You know what I'm saying? So I really
Unless you're
didn't.
John Gotti, right?
I really just needed a lawyer for. I feel like for the end. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? For like the statement that they make at the end.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And stuff like that. The feds, it was just a waste of money for me.
Yeah,
Like,
they mainly
you
go
know
by
what I'm saying?
guidelines, right? Don't matter what the lawyer
I mean, because
says.
usually if they take the case, like they got you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But this was a ATF agent that was on my back since since the first case is 04, 05, 03. You know what I'm saying? Like
building.
and, yeah, you know, I kept catching gun charges. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like.
And this time too, was this another gun charge as well on top of?
Yeah, so he actually went to my mom's crib, gave her a card and shit. And I ended up giving him my lawyer, Flaherty. I'm like, yo, this dude came by my crib. So he ends up calling him and, you know, I don't think he liked that. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I told my lawyer to call him and I didn't call him. But I'm like, I ain't calling the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we gonna talk
Right.
about?
Come on,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? So, and that's the funny thing about, you know, stuff like that. Like, even when I caught the case in Hyde Park, the gun case leading up to the Fed case, you know, this dude named Sergeant Kraft comes to the cell and he's like, yo, you want to talk to us? I'm like, talk about what? You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You got bigger
you
fish
know,
to
you
fry,
know what I
all
mean?
that
So,
stuff.
but he was
man.
just like, all right, you don't want to talk? Cool. I went to court. I had like 20 charges the next morning.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, sucker shit, but that's what they do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
like they take it personal, bro. Like it's not
like-
personal, man. It's just.
Yeah, but
it's
I
just
think
the
he
rules.
seen my record and was like, oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta make something stick. You know what I'm saying? And they definitely made it
So
stick.
how long are you at Wyatt until you go to court and kind of plead out? I take it that's what
I
happens.
think I did like about 20 months at White.
Okay, and then eventually
Yeah, so I
take
did
a plea. How's the plea work with the feds?
So
It's
I
like
tried
a different deal, right?
I tried to get a plea. They didn't want to give me
okay.
one. It was just like, you know, I was kind of shocked too. I went to my visit with my lawyer, and I'm like, yo, see if I can get a deal.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, they said no deal. I'm like, no deal? I'm
Right.
like, I thought everybody get a deal.
Entitled
you know what
to
I'm
a
saying?
deal, yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So I was like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't doing shit like that out here. You know what I'm saying? But to them, they're like, man.
So they made you pretty much go to trial.
Yeah, so I had a judge called Let Him Go Joe. And
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Judge Toro, man. He died. You know, I'm like, hold on, I gotta let him go. I might go home. You know what I'm saying? He ended up going through all my stuff and gave me 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I ended up doing 3 out of the 4.
Okay, so
You know.
just I guess what do you mean by going? Like he looks at your case, or is it there's an actual trial where people take?
No, he looks at the case. He goes, so instead of going to a trial by jury or something,
Yeah,
whatever, I ended up pleading out with the judge. You know what I'm saying?
Like a
It's
bench
an open plea. It's called an open plea.
Open plea.
They look at your points, your offense. I think feds do the offense level and your criminal history. I think mine's came out to 64 to 78 months. And I'm like, all right, these guys don't want to give me a deal. I'm like, let him go. Joe's going to give me a deal, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be a good judge. So, you know, they had their opening arguments. They talking about I'm a career criminal and this, that, and the third. But I only had 2 things on my record. So,
Right.
I mean, but they're talking about all the cases I beat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
you know, I had a lot of good letters. Shout out to Moke. You know,
Yep.
he wrote me a letter. Different people wrote me letters. You know, he found it in his heart to give me 4 years, you know what I'm saying? But he could have gave me the maximum. He could have gave me more, you know what I'm saying?
How'd you feel at the time? You felt that was like you got a good deal out of that 4 years? You
I
got
was like,
what,
listen.
2 in almost? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like, man,
Yo.
listen, I'm appreciative, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? 'Cause
for sure.
He could have gave me more, you know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? So, like, to me, I just rolled with the punches, man, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Banged out the, I ended up going to Allenwood.
Okay.
Allenwood medium. You know, the whole
FCI.
trend, yeah, it was a medium. Yeah, it was the FCI, I think. They sent you to Brooklyn first. You got to go Brooklyn to Canaan, you know, go through all these jails, like sleepover stuff. And then they brought me to Allenwood. You know, you figure out who you know there. I ran into a few people I was at in Rhode Island. They made sure I was good, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you find the Boston car. and you figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, show your paperwork. You know what I'm saying? So I was up there with a few dudes.
Will they give you a certain amount of time to produce the paperwork?
Like, people already knew me up there, so
Right.
like they wasn't tripping. But just me being me, I'm like, I like to have my paperwork.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was funny. I was trying to get it from my lawyer, and he was taking forever to send it. I'm like, I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
make it be a little
and I think he just didn't want to pay for the paper. I'm like, yo, I could have paid for that.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right.
like, you gotta be careful, man,
Yeah.
because like certain jails, they ain't playing that. They want that like ASAP. Where's your
Yeah.
paperwork? You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Cause it get ugly out there. You know what I'm saying? Like people be telling crazy, man. So I done seen it. You know what I'm saying? And
You always you hear about the USPs, how violent it could get there, but the FCIs, I mean, fair to say it popped off over there a lot
I mean,
too.
it depends on the situation. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like sometimes you got like DC's heavy up there.
Yeah,
Baltimore. Baltimore wasn't that deep, but.
DMV too, right? DC, Maryland, Virginia, they all kind of ride together.
Yeah. DC car is the biggest car. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They the deepest. Boston had a little car. A lot of the dudes from Charlestown was deep up there. I met some good dudes up there. A few of the guys from the town and stuff like that.
Real quick though, before where is Allenwood again? What state is
It's
that?
in Pennsylvania.
It's in Pennsylvania.
It's in White
okay.
Deer, Pennsylvania. It's all
Okay.
fog.
Yeah.
Like my mother came to see me a few times out there. You know what I mean? Like it's all fog, man. Like
That's
a
wild.
lot of the days you don't even get to come outside. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
So
of the
is
fog.
it in the mountains pretty much?
Yeah,
I feel like
pretty much in the
Vermont was like
mountains,
that. I was working in there. It's like foggy. It's so much
It's
fog.
in the mountains, but then you got times where it's not foggy. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And it's
absolutely.
all good.
So I guess break down the compound for me. Like, how's it work? You got different units. You guys all get yard and chow together. or
Yeah.
what?
So different units go to chow at different times. I was in Unit A, 1A when I first got there. I ran into a few of the guys I know from the town and from just being at Wyatt. They kind of show you the ropes, you know what I'm saying, how to move around up there. You go to chow, you can go to the gym, you can go to the law library. I was playing the track in the gym a lot, you know what I'm saying. I ended up playing ball up there. I didn't want to.
I was just
at
about to
first.
ask you if you played ball up there.
Yeah, at first I was like, you know what I mean? But
Why not? Because I know you all hit,
you
you hit the
hear
prison
stories.
ball thing.
You
Yeah,
hear the stories,
Yeah.
but I was like,
hard fouls.
so
and
at first,
arguments.
I grabbed the rim one day and, just messing around, and this dude from my unit was like, yo, you play ball? I'm like, nah, a little something, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, I need you. I'm like, nah, I'm cool, man, you know what I mean? But just in case I wanted to play, I started playing with the dudes that ain't that nice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to get my
Knock
wind
the
up.
rust off
You know
a
what I mean?
little
Because
bit,
I'm
yeah.
just like, just to have your wind up.
Yeah, there
Like,
you go.
I hate playing ball and feeling helpless because my wind
Yeah,
up.
like you're chasing.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Out
just
of
because
breath.
I can't do what I want to do, you know what I'm saying? So once I got my wind up, I was like, yo, I'm ready. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We ended up getting to the finals.
Oh, nice.
We ended up winning that.
So how's the team work? Is it just the units, or was it like this is Northeast kind of guys?
Nah,
or is it almost
like
cars, or-
if you got a team, you can pick whoever on your team.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we ended up making it to the finals, and we was down like 20-something points at half. I'm one of them dudes that never give up. These dudes are from Philly.
Yep, I
They don't
like
give
me
up.
too.
These
Yep.
Philly was deep up there. I ain't gonna lie. A bunch of dudes with beards and stuff.
Yep.
They didn't give up. This dude was supposed to go D1. He ends up catching a robbery or something, but he was nice. I forgot his name, but we just didn't give up. We kept going. I started blocking shots, you know what I'm saying? And we ended up, it was like 2 minutes left. We were down like 3.
Yeah.
We get on a fast break. They went this way. The other dude went this way. And something told me to just keep running.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get to the foul line. They throw the ball. I'm like, the whole jail just goes crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we ended up winning the game, man. These dudes wanted to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so after the game, dudes on the compound was like, yo, Matumbo, you know what I'm saying? The Matumbo dude right there, you know what I'm saying? Because I was just punching shit, and no, it was cool, man. We had a good
Is it
time.
like at least it was for me when I would play, like a little bit of an escape almost
Yeah.
from where you're at, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because you're so dialed in that you can't think about. You think, is it gonna go left? Is it gonna go right? Not like, oh, I wonder if I get a letter to the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it like an escape
No,
for you?
no, it's definitely an escape. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like even when you're eating, like you you doing them, like when you planning a meal, like
Yep.
dudes are getting chicken from the chow hall, onions, peppers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of my mans, he used to make the curry. I don't know where he got the curry. You know what I'm saying? He used to make this curry chicken or curry fish. You know what I'm saying? Other dudes will make the nacho, whatever, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But just getting them fresh ingredients, smuggling them through the friggin', like you got to go through the shack,
kitchen.
and they be searching people, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, some people get caught, some people don't, but just going through that alone takes you escapes when you're cooking or when you're eating a good meal, you know what I'm saying? So
What about weights? Do they have a weight free
yeah,
weights
they
over
had
there?
actually
machines?
they took the weights out of there, you know what I'm saying? So it was more calisthenics up there.
Yeah.
So we was doing
I'll keep you right,
Navy
though.
SEALs, burpees, man. This Asian dude used to have me out there all the time, man. Damn, Jimmy, man, tattooed
Where was he
everywhere.
from?
He's from Lowell, man.
Oh,
Jimmy
from
Blood,
out
Jimmy
here.
Blood.
Oh, okay.
He be all over the jails, man. He used to have me really get my burpees on, you know what I'm saying? So
Is there a lot of you guys lock down a lot over there at Allenwood? Like,
it depends, man. It depends. Like, if they find some drugs, if they find like the fog, you know what I'm saying? Just different things that can happen that they might lock you down for. Like I ended up on the drug control unit just trying to get a few months off. I was like, yo, dude, you got 2 months off? I need that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
I'm trying to get up out of here. So I ended up leaving a little early just because I was in the drug program.
Are there
you know
any
what I'm saying?
other programs do they have a lot of programs?
Not really, but man, dudes is like, you doing that for 2 months? I'm like, hell yeah.
Hey, you never know. You might
know
get
what I'm
something
saying?
out of it too. By
I mean,
accident, you not even
nah, it
know.
was
It
cool.
might hit you
Mhm.
10 years. It might not hit you till 10 years from now, and you're like, I do remember this one thing. I don't know. It's happened to me before, where it's like, oh,
it was-
I get it, but it's like way later than when they was actually doing it.
I didn't really, I was just happy to get out early, you know what I'm saying? I
Absolutely.
think they sent me to the halfway house early, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's talk about that with the feds, right? What is it? A supervised release? It's not like a parole or anything like
I think
that.
I had
so-
like 3 years supervised release. They sent me to Huntington Ave, man. What's that halfway house over there?
And that's what is that? That's out here in Boston. How do
yeah.
they just send you back locally?
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much
You're
where
gonna go
from?
to Huntington Ave. Anybody who comes from the feds is most likely going to Huntington Ave. I forgot the name of the halfway house, but
A
lucky.
friend of mine, she works at a kind of a halfway house, and she said the Fed guys are always the best. You know what I mean? Never really give her issues. You know, I don't know if it's the same spot or not, but
I mean, it's probably it. If it's near Copley on
is
Huntington
it
Ave,
all only Fed people there, or do they have other people too that come
I'm
in?
not
maybe?
sure, man. I'm not
Okay.
sure. It's I want to think it's just Fed, but you never know. You
They
know
got
what I'm saying?
they got like a woman's one too, a woman's side of the house. Or?
I don't know. Not over that.
Let's talk about it now. You start getting close to like coming home, man. Like, what's going through your head? What's the plan? Is the plan to go back to the streets, or what do you start formulating at that
plan-
and change your life? Like, what?
The plan was to come home and win. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to come back. I wasn't even trying to get dudes' numbers like that. Like, I met dudes that got extradited from Colombia, like good Colombian dudes that I ended up getting cool with. You know what I'm saying? I go to Colombia all the time, but I wish I had their numbers just to get up and talk shit.
Yeah,
but
right.
I was so on like, nah, I'm not trying to meet a connect in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know how I am. I'm a force it. You know what I'm saying? So I already been through all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to no more connects. You know what I'm saying? When I was locked up, one of my guys got set up by one of my connects. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
So
by
it's
the
just
connect.
You
You
feel
usually
me?
think it's the other way around. Like, you usually think you're probably
Listen,
safe with
man,
the connect.
and it wasn't no
Goes to show.
small shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like, I wasn't trying to meet no connects, none of that. I was just
that.
like, I'm gonna come home, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was on. You know what I mean? I wasn't
It
trying.
wasn't
to
like
meet
a
nobody.
specific plan.
No, I was just like, I'm gonna get some real estate. I'm gonna
Okay.
open some businesses. Like,
Were you doing like reading up on all this stuff?
yeah,
while
yeah.
you're
I
in
mean,
there?
I
What are
was.
some
I told
things
you, I was taking classes, man. I was taking trucking classes. I was doing business plans. Like one of my business plans was to open a restaurant, and it was supposed to be called Little Haiti Restaurant. You know what I mean? And it's funny because one of my guys now has a restaurant in Hyde Park called Little Haiti. But
Wow.
that was the plan. That was one of the plans. You know what I'm saying? I had another business for the real estate, and then I had another business doing taxes and stuff. Like, I was just trying to come up with different ways to come up. You know what I'm saying?
So with you, it seems like it's always the entrepreneur thing, right? Illegal, legal. It doesn't. It's never. Let me just get a regular job type of deal.
Oh no, I mean, you got to
how's
do
that
what you
work?
got to do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When I came home, I was working at the market right across from Ridge and Latin.
Oh yeah.
What's that little market? Broadway Market?
Broadway Market. Okay,
Yeah, I was working
yeah.
right. One of my guys used to work there. He's like, yo, I can get you a job. I just wanted to get out the halfway house. I'm like,
Right.
get me out the halfway house, active, you know what I'm saying? So I was working there for a little while, and then I ended up getting a chauffeur job. So I'm riding around, pulling up to the halfway house in Benzes and trucks and stuff like that, Sprinter vans, whatever. And they was letting me out till like 5, 6 a.m. I can come in, like I'm working, you know what I'm saying? So I'm at the clubs chilling, you know what I mean? And I'm in a suit, you know what I mean? But people don't know I'm in at the halfway house, and they're like, yo, this dude came home in a suit. I'm pulling up on the block, I'm in a suit. They're just like, they can't figure it out, you know what I'm saying? They're like, this dude's in a suit, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to be in a suit, but I'm like, you know, this is my life right now. I gotta, you know, see what's going on, see what's popping in the city. You know what I mean?
You think that's important for people to get a job when they get out, even if they have bigger aspirations? But
You gotta start somewhere,
it's
man.
the time too. I feel like like you said, if you go back to the block, things that happen on the block are gonna happen. You're gonna be there. What do you think is gonna happen?
You gotta have that mindset that you ain't trying to go back, right? That's one.
Exactly.
And then you gotta have, like, you gotta put your pride to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see me, I was working at Broadway Market.
Right.
I knew that wasn't the end result.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I'm here now, but you know, I get my money up, I'm gonna be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta stack. It's like starting with 8 ball. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Where you're at,
working your way up. You know what I'm
doesn't
saying?
define you. It's not where you're gonna be at, bro.
So yeah, no, I had to start somewhere. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's
And I just kept building. You know what I mean? Little by little. You know
So
what I mean?
talk about doing the time that you did, man. That's a significant amount of time, bro. And you know, a lot of times movies, whatever it may be, music, culture, whatever, there's like a glorification of prison. So I always like to ask, like, what's like the worst part about that?
You know, number one, just being away from your family, right? You know what I mean? Mom Dukes. You know, I came home in January 2015. I went in 2012. You know, not seeing your moms, man, just putting her through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the hardest things. I don't care about me. I'm like, Mom Dukes, she got to go through this. She got to come to Pennsylvania, see me.
Right.
She's getting older in age, and I was just like, you know, you hear from families, they're like, yo, man, you're killing your mother. You're killing your mother with this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy I got to come home and see her last few years, and she got to see me open businesses and buy real estate and do good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and she's seen the
Must
second
have been
barbecue.
so proud of you, bro. Like,
Man, it was real, man. And she got to see my son, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she got to see me do my second cookout and see my son and see me just change my life, you know what I'm saying? So
that's what's up.
I almost feel like she felt like she can go now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, she can go be an angel that she is, you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
like, I'm glad she got to see the transition, you know what I'm saying? She see me buy a few properties and stuff like that, so that was like, that was just real. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
big, man.
Yeah.
So talk about talk about your son. Like, how's that? Like, with you don't have any other kids? How's that being a father and everything, man? Like,
no, I had a stepdaughter.
Okay.
She's older, but him, you know, I had him. He's 5 now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a dope experience because I lost my pops at 5. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell him, man, you're a lucky dude. 'Cause I lost my father around the age you are now. You know what I'm saying? And
you can't even fathom him
man,
losing you right now,
what?
bro. Like that.
You know what's so crazy is that I got in an accident 2 years ago, and if I'll show you the car later, but car flipped over. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see this car, you wouldn't even know if someone made it out of it. That's how crazy it was. And when I woke up, I was like, yo, put my son on the phone. And I couldn't even look at him.
Wow.
I couldn't even look at him. I just started, you know what I mean? Because I was like, damn, I almost left you, man.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's important, man. Like, you know, just to keep that relationship with him, talk to him, you know what I'm saying? Just have that man he could talk to, you know what I'm saying?
Have you in his life, and a lot of times, you know, kids don't, like, we could tell, you know, we've been told 100, like you said, you got to go through it sometimes, or you don't really always do what you're told, but when you see things and he sees everything that you're doing, he might not understand it now, but I'm sure when he gets older,
he would
you
love
know?
to be here right now. You know what
know?
I'm saying? I could have brought him here. I just, you know.
Yeah, no, you didn't know
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
But you know, I try to keep him around just to let him see what I'm doing, and you know, like he was selling cotton candy at the cookout this year. You know what I'm saying? And next year I was telling him, I'm like, yo, you gotta sell chips, you gotta sell juices, you gotta sell candy. He's like, yeah, Dad, I'm not, you know what I mean? So like, just to see him, you know, and he got some money that day too. So you know, it's motivation to make more money.
And
You know what I'm
once
saying?
a kid, I feel like, you know, that's the thing. We might have been certain ages and we didn't see the people who were getting money. That's not how they would get. They weren't coming back. You know, maybe if everybody from my neighborhood was coming back with a union job with all this money, the cars, I'm like, yo, that's what I want to do. But that wasn't the case. So that's good that he sees that. That's good that he's starting young and can see that, like, you don't have to do all that crazy stuff that
Yeah, no,
you know, that we
he,
went.
you know, he likes coming to work with me. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
You know, give him a few dollars, or you work today, all right, here. You know what I mean? Just to let him see. And I got to bring him to the bank more. You know what I mean? I was at the bank today, grabbed him like 4 popsicles, but I'm like, I got to stop bringing him to the bank more. You know what I'm saying? I usually go early morning while he's at school, but
Getting comfortable in
you know
these
what I mean?
places too, man. Some of us come up and we're sheltered from things maybe, or you feel like out of place in certain environments. Like just to open up a bank account, maybe you just got out of prison or something like that. It just feels weird, bro. So that's good. What advice would you give to somebody that just came home and just asked you for advice on, you know, just how to stay free?
It's funny you say that because, like I told you, I was doing, you know, I had this conversation with the Attorney General. Like they had me on a Zoom call. They're talking about reentry and how they can help people, right? And reentry is one of them things, man, because it's like, you know, if you go back to the same block, you know, is it with the same, like you might fall back into the same mindset, you know what I'm saying? It's tough, man. I would just tell them to, first of all, put your pride to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even think about the millions you used to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about now. What's going on now? You got to live in the now. You know what I mean? Like, what you doing right now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm working at Home Depot. All right, cool. We gonna stack as much as we could do in Home Depot. We're gonna try to get our credit right, our business credit right, to figure out the next play. You might want to get into real estate. You know what I'm saying? So you got to read all these real estate books and figure out how to get into real estate. You know what I'm saying? You just got to figure it out, man. You know, everybody's story is different, right? You know what I'm saying? So everybody's situation is different. So I would just say, man, stay away. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from your friends. That's what my probation officer said. You got to stay away. If you know this dude's trapping all day, you can't ride around in the car with him all day. That's just not what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
If he can't respect that, that's not your friend.
I mean, you know, you got to stay
anymore.
away, bro. Like, you know, I love my guys, man, but if I know you wilding all day, I can't be around you. You know what I'm saying? I love you. We can go get a drink. You know what I'm saying? Cool, but I got to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it wasn't easy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? I went through a lot of stuff, man. But, you know, I just kept pushing.
What are some struggles or obstacles that you've encountered? I'm sure that the ex-felon thing might be part of it.
I don't remember too many times where they really looked into my background, just because I went to the kneecap program, too, the cooking school. So I took that program. My probation officer was like, yo, you know, there's a program, take that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to listen to your probation officer too, right? They got programs out here that'll help you. You know what I'm saying? And, you know,
school's always good, man. Knowledge, like, I went to, before I even knew anything, I was like, I've got to have, like, a structured day.
Yes.
So I had school when I first got out. You know what I mean? My mom actually sent me the flyer for electrical, HVAC. That's at least I don't have a job. I don't have a job lined up, but that's what I did.
Electrical and plumbing. What school you went to?
I went to Kaplan, right there in Charlestown.
Okay. See what I'm saying? Like,
Kaplan Career Institute.
That's where the money's at. The electrical, the plumbing, the carpentry. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where the money's at.
Yeah.
All these trades, making more money.
Yeah.
I mean, the union, I got dudes at the union running it up right now.
I mean, there's dudes that just push a broom sweeping laborers union after about 4 or 5 years. I think they're taking in $50 an hour.
Yeah,
you know
so,
what I mean?
I mean, like, that's what I'm saying.
And
so,
that's an unskilled thing. I'm sorry, like pushing a broom is not it's a place for it, and you know, and everybody needs that. But
if you can get in the union, if you can get into a trade, like, that's where it's at. You know
absolutely,
what I'm saying?
and you can still chase. I'm not in the union, but I work during the day. I work construction. You know what I mean? But I come here. If you have a dream, if you have a purpose or a goal, you can still do it after hours, man. Don't be lazy, man. You got plenty of time after work.
That's the thing. Like, you know, I used to go to work on my other stuff at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, during the day, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
I just kept pushing, man. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't trying to go back. That was the main goal.
Speaking of going back, like, what were some things you learned about yourself during that time in there?
I don't really remember what I really learned. I just knew that I wasn't trying to go back.
Was there a lot of self-reflection?
Yeah, of course,
and
because
everything like
you're
that?
going through so much different trials and tribulations, and you kind of like, you feel like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, I ain't supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? So you think about all the mistakes you made. You know what I mean? And my thing was just like, yo, don't go back, man. My man used to always say, KGB, can't go back. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is just, telling myself to keep pushing and keep grinding. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it'd be hard. You gotta pay rent. You gotta make sure your kids' school's paid. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be times where you can't pay it, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta keep pushing. You know
What
I'm saying?
motivates you? Is it your son?
I mean, he's definitely one of my biggest motivations now. You know what I'm saying? But I got self-motivation too. You know what I'm saying? Like, just knowing that I could be better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
When you do have these doubts, do you have like these self-talks? What are some things you
I
tell
told
yourself?
you, keep pushing, keep grinding. You know what I mean? Don't quit. You know what I mean?
it.
Don't give up. Like, and like I said, sometimes the accolades you get as you're going make you keep going, or like just running into someone in the streets like, yo, bro, I love what you're doing. Keep pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Reinforces that.
Because sometimes you want to go back. You're like, man, F this shit. It's not working. You know what I'm saying? But you got these people. You got people watching. You got these kids watching, and they believe in you. You know what I'm saying? So, God, man, that's all I can say, bro. God, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful for where I'm at right now. A lot of opportunities coming. And, just when you're about to give up, boom, you start getting certain opportunities, you know what I'm saying? And the importance of getting your credit right, you know what I mean? Like, that's big, you know what I mean? Making sure that you're keeping your balances low and paying stuff on time, you know what I mean? Because your credit's your everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can get $1 million worth of credit, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you do the right things, you know what I'm saying? And once you know what to do with that, that's a whole different other ball game. But
now, is this stuff that you read about, or did you have to learn going through it about fixing your credit and everything like that?
I mean, I always knew about it, but I wasn't really applying myself with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, being in the streets, you're like, man, I'm going to put in someone else's name, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do, you know what I mean? So when I came home, I had to get on that. You had to get a credit card, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got $5,000, $6,000 on that card. Okay, cool. You can use that to run around and, but then sometimes you go through some hard times where you maxing them out, you know what I mean? So, finding that balance, man, to get everything on the right track.
What's your favorite part about entrepreneurship, or running businesses and everything like that?
My favorite part, man, is just helping people, man. Like, sometimes people need that check, you know what I mean? Like, being able to hire people,
Provide,
being able to give people some good food, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's always
I'm passionate about food, you know what I'm saying? So I have fun with the food stuff, you know what I'm saying? Popping out with the grills, you know what I mean? Just feeding people, man. I love what I do with that. And the entrepreneurship stuff, I'm my own boss, you know what I'm saying? Like, working for people is cool, but to me, I'm like, I can be my own boss, you know what I'm saying? I don't got to get ordered around by anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
Which is cool, you know what I mean, if you got to be there, but you don't always have to be there, you know what I'm saying? You can work for yourself, sell T-shirts, hats, whatever you got to do. It ain't going to be easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, you just got to keep going, you know what I'm saying?
And so you completed your supervised release, is that all done yet? Or
yeah, that's been done.
Okay.
I think I did it completed in 2018, and that year I went to a trip to St. Thomas, you know what I'm saying? Actually, no, I was still on probation for St. Thomas, but they was letting me move around. I tried to go to Mexico one time, but they was like, yo, if you go to Mexico, they can stop you and not let you in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, St. Thomas, I think the U.S.
St.
territory.
Thomas is cool, you know what I'm saying? They stopped me when I was coming back. I'm like, do I got a new case or something? But, they were like, you cool. But,
what about Haiti? When was the last time you been there?
I went to Haiti with, I was out in Haiti with Millie's and them. We went out there, that was funny. So
Good
me and my man missed the flight. So Millie's ends up getting to Haiti. He was with my cameraman, and they're like, they never been to Haiti, none of them, you know what I mean? And they don't know what's waiting for them, you know what I'm saying? And so when we talk to him, he's like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, you straight. My cousins is out there. So as soon as he gets off the plane, my cousin's like, Millies! You know what I'm saying? So he was straight. But you know what's so crazy is he got fans in Haiti. Like, he had people at the hotel. I was like, what? That was
dope.
crazy. I was like, yo, music.
I mean, how's that feel for you seeing like his journey, man? I mean, you've seen it probably pretty much from the beginning.
Man. Yo,
That's gotta be inspirational,
it's
bro.
funny because
Good
me and my man missed the flight. So Millie's ends up getting to Haiti. He was with my cameraman, and they're like, they never been to Haiti, none of them. You know what I mean? And they don't know what's waiting for them. You know what I'm saying? And when we talk to him, he's like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, you straight. My cousins is out there. So as soon as he gets off the plane, my cousin's like, Millies! You know what I'm saying? So he was straight. But you know what's so crazy is he got fans in Haiti. Like, he had people at the hotel. I was like, what? That was crazy. I was like, yo, when I heard his first tape, I think it was called Tragic Thoughts, I told my man Beast, I was like, yo, this dude got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then him and Beast took it to another level, you know what I'm saying? But just to see his growth, man, I seen him from, you know, being in the port, running around with Brandon and all that, man. You know, just to see the growth, man, it's crazy, man. That's God, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's nice, though. He's really nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, he been nice ever since I heard him, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like it was back in the day, it was like our little, you know, kept secret. Like, we all knew he was nice. He just had to go get in front of the right people and don't
he was
stop,
consistent, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Only got
and he's one of my motivations. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Just to
I
see
say that
him
all the
being
time too,
consistent every single day. Like, he don't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's humble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people get big and just, you know, get real bougie, but he's still humble. He's at the cookout pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Showing love to the people. Like, that's real, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, a whole lot of good things going on in Cambridge right now. We got a lot of good dudes.
For sure.
Viper's going crazy right now. One of the biggest DJs out here, Twinning and all them. You know, Beast is doing his thing. He's back out here. I think he's probably did like 15 years.
Yeah,
man.
he got a lot in, yo.
He got like 10 books, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people doing their thing in the city, man. It's good to see, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And it's like you said, it's inspirational, especially these are people that, you know, I feel like when you look at a celebrity, it's like, it's almost not real in a sense. You know what I mean? You don't see the grind, you don't see the come up. They're just all of a sudden in a movie, right? Like, you don't see everything behind it, but to see
I feel
people
like,
go through those things. And
I feel like Millie's been rapping a long time. And people think it's just some overnight shit, but like, if you was really out here, you know how long he been grinding, you know what I mean?
And it shows too in the music. I mean, it's professional, it's crafty, everything. You don't miss a beat.
He get better and better every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, just when you think he's done, he's coming with some new shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to see where he's going with it. You know what I mean? Like, Mark Wahlberg one day, Jaylen Brown one day. He might be with Burner one day. Like, you just never know who you're gonna see him with. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro. That's amazing.
Yeah, no, that's real, man.
That's amazing, bro. So, what advice would you give to somebody that, you know, wants to get into being an entrepreneur? What would you tell them? Like, you even say yourself, it's not easy, man.
Nah, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Get mentors, man. You know, people that, you know, been through it, you know what I'm saying? Because they're going to tell you what to do, how to do it. Like, you know, sometimes you got to put that grind and your money up first. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning now, you know, about the business credit and different stuff like that. And I'm still going through those processes, you know what I'm saying? I'm still was going through, like, messing up my credit, getting it back right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got to go through it all, you know what I'm saying? But
that's how I always say I learned by mess. I got messed up a couple times. I had to go to prison. You know what I mean? Like, for anything, life.
I mean, but they got all types of stuff. They got SBA loans, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just making sure you're doing the right thing with the money, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can want to be an entrepreneur, but you got to know what you're doing, right? Like, if you want to go into real estate, all right, cool. You can get an SBA loan to go to real estate, right? I'm pretty sure they'll help you, but it's just making sure you're making the right moves and got the right mentors and the right people involved.
So,
like, just like
that
the
small business thing, SBA?
Yeah, Small Business Association.
Okay.
Like, just like the streets, there's slime balls in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's contractors that will start a job and, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's plumbers that'll take your money. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure people are, like, who they say they are. You know what I'm saying? Read their reviews. Make sure you know everything's everything. Cause
Was that something you had to deal with?
oh my God,
Someone
man,
running
like,
off like with the
I've
that first payment?
man, I
or-
done been through it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like some people ain't picking up. You know what I'm saying? Like they take the money, they gone. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go through those things sometimes. So now it's just like making sure that everything connects. You know what I'm saying? Like
Are there ways to like get your ducks in a row to prevent these things kind of happening? Or
you gotta do
is
your
it a
research.
risk?
You gotta do your research.
That's
you know what I'm
big,
saying?
yeah.
Like, you know, go on the Google reviews. You know what I'm saying? See what they saying about this person. You know what I'm saying? And to make sure they're official, because they could take your money and be gone. You know what I mean? But that's anything. You know what I mean? But I'm just talking about experiences in the real estate and stuff like that. But they just got to keep pushing it. They got to want it. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure. So talk a little bit more about the documentary and everything. You showed me the teaser trailer and everything like that. How'd that come about?
yeah, that was dope, man. Because there was some 13 and 14-year-olds at the art center. The art center called me, and I used to go there as a kid. So they was just like, we want a documentary on some people from the port. So I was like, you know, it's funny because I always want to do my autobiography or my documentary. So I'm like, cool, I'll be open to do this because it opened the doors for, you know, what I want to do with my documentary. Anyway, so we started shooting, and we talked about my upbringing, growing up in Newtown Court, Central Square and stuff like that. We talk about all types of different things, man. My lawyer's on there talking. You seen him on there. He's talking about the big case that I caught, and he's talking about, you know, just growing up in Newtown Court. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different from growing up from Newtown Court and being on Huron Ave somewhere.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
West
like
Cambridge,
you know what I mean? Like
areas.
I mean, I love West Cambridge.
I mean, we
know
got
what I'm
that.
saying?
I moved to Cocker Park.
I love
I didn't even
Cocker
know
Park.
that was there, bro.
I
Till I
love
moved out
Cocker
there.
Park.
I love
went,
Cocker
like,
Park too.
But you can still get into shit over there, but it's a
for
little,
sure.
but it's a little, you know, secluded, so it's
Right.
not as bad. You know what I'm saying? But they used to chill in the port. You know what I'm saying? Like so, you know, but you know, certain places are a little more harder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you got to grow up in Newtown Court, Washington Elms, you got to see this every day. You know what I mean? So.
What are you looking forward to, I guess, with your freedom moving forward? Some things in life that you're really looking forward to, you really want to try or something like that, bro?
I'm just trying to travel, man. You know, take some more trips, see the world, blog a little more.
Yep.
I'm working on a show with Netflix right now.
Oh,
well, not
dope.
Netflix, but we're shooting to bring it to Netflix and bring it to different platforms. I'm working on a food show and, you know, obviously the documentary, so you never know, man. You know what I'm saying? Who
That's what's
knows?
up.
You know what I mean? And I'll connect you with the Netflix guys. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
So what about if somebody wants an event catered or something like that? How can they reach you? What's the best way to go about that?
They can go to www.everybodygotta.com, or they can go to my Instagram, DM me. You know, they can email me, eat@everybodygotta.com. You know, I'm around, man. You know, I ain't hard to find. You might see me in the projects in
Might see you
Boston
at
one
Danny
day.
He Park during the flag football
you know what
event,
I mean? Like,
right?
I'm everywhere for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm
What
not hard
about,
to
you got
find.
anything coming up?
Trying to put together a food fest. You know, I did one at Roxbury Community College one time. It was a dope event. It's kind of like the cookout, but an indoor event. You know what I mean? Been talking this venue right now to see, you know, what we could do, but, you know, try to get some sponsors and stuff like that and try to put it together, you know what I'm saying? So that's my next thing I really want to work on. You know?
And so what about same thing? If people, maybe they're chefs themselves and they want to be involved, same thing, they reach you at the same website,
reach out,
Instagram?
man. Go to everybodygotta.com or just hit me up on the DM. Let me know you want to be involved. I'll be marketing and promoting that, like, you know, until the date. I'm definitely gonna let you know. You can put it on your platform, whatever.
Absolutely,
just let people know you can come do your podcast up there, whatever. You know what I mean?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, so we working, man.
Hell yeah, man. So I just want to touch on this too because
don't worry, man.
on the God thing, man.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how important is that for you? What's your advice for somebody who's trying to, you know, build that relationship maybe with God, bro?
I mean, first of all, it's right here, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't pray every day. I don't go to church every weekend, but I got God with me every day. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Like, God is with you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I done got in accidents. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done got hit right here. Like, you know, you just never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know God got me here for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
That's, close calls will make you think that.
Yeah, so, you know. And then, like I said, my mom's, man, she was into the God heavy, and I know she really believed in God because she done been through it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he done proved to her over and over again that he's real, you know what I'm saying? So
connecting with him's right, like reconnecting with her too, you know, at this point.
yeah, I mean, I need to connect more,
closer,
you know what I'm saying?
always.
You know, I talk about it a lot, but you know, I gotta build that relationship even more, you know what I'm saying?
So traveling, right, as much as you do, going all these different places, how do you, or if someone asks or does ask about like Boston or Massachusetts in general, Cambridge, how do you explain it to them, or do you tell them some things they might not know when they think about Massachusetts?
You know, I tell them I'm from Cambridge, Harvard, MIT, colleges, you know what I'm saying, projects. Not too many people ask me too much about that. It just depends where I'm at, but you know, Boston's big, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Cape Cod, you got Martha's Vineyard, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different places out here. But I always rep my city, you know what I'm saying? I always put on for the city, but to me, I rep the whole mass, you know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, it's just when I'm out of town, it's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? From Cambridge, it's right near Boston, you know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely. And the bounce back, right? This is like, you know, bouncing back, perseverance, right? So somebody's out there struggling, maybe they're going through a hard time, bro. What, like, and ask you for advice, what kind of advice would you give to them?
just keep pushing, man. Keep grinding. You know, get a job, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got to be at McDonald's flipping fries, man, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Do something with your time, get out of your head.
You can't care what this person's saying, what that person's saying. Like, you just got to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, life's stressful, man. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of resources out here. Do your homework. You know what I mean? Like, you know, look up some programs that might help you. You know what I'm saying? There's so many programs that can help you out here. They're giving out grants like crazy in Boston. Mayor Wu's going crazy right now. She's giving $200,000, $300,000 grants for you to take your business to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So I give it to Mayor Wu. She is wooing shit out here, man. Like,
how did you find out about these grants? How do you stay up on that? Is just through people?
I mean, you know, you gotta
networking?
follow the Boston websites, but definitely networking, definitely watching Instagram, just seeing people getting these awards, and I'm like, you know, what the difference is they applied. You know what I'm saying? Like, so applying, like I told you about the Cambridge one, they got a Cambridge one. I'm gonna give it to you when we leave, but so many grants you can look up. Like, if you look up grants, there's grants everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You just got to see what applies to you. You know what I mean?
What if you get denied? Just keep pushing
just keep
away,
pushing,
right?
keep going, man. Like,
I think
you
that's
know
what
what I
happened
mean?
to me. I applied for one and got a response.
And that's
back.
the thing too. Like, you know, I had applied for the Celtics Power Forward grant. I ain't get it. I did a crazy video. I'm like, man, I ain't get it. I'm like, I ain't never get nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, I applied for the Jaylen Brown one. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, keep pushing,
It kind
man.
of sucks
You
when you
feel
put
what
all
I'm
that
saying?
work into that too. It's like,
I mean,
damn,
you know,
what?
like, that's what life is. You feel what I'm saying? We put in work before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been putting in work in for decades, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of people see everybody got to eat now, but we've been outside for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I was everybody got to eat before I was calling myself everybody got to eat. You know what I'm saying? Making sure everybody eating. So, people don't see them years, the grind. You know what I'm saying? People think I just popped out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And it's like, nah, we've been outside for a while.
If you know, right?
Yeah, if they do their research, you know what I'm saying, they're going to ask somebody, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you know him? Yeah, nah, he been outside for a while, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, bro.
And, you know, the people that been outside know you've been outside, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, word, you know what I mean? I met them through the clubs, I met them, you know, through mutual acquaintances, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you meet different people at different times, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. So why do you think it's important for you and for, you know, the people who have come up here to tell their story?
Everybody's different, you know what I mean? Everybody got a different story, you know what I'm saying? You know, some people got motion pictures, some people just got some real stuff going on, you know what I mean? Like, everybody done been through it, so everybody needs to see this, you know what I mean? Like, everybody needs to really learn from a lot of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of these guys been through the trenches, you know what I'm saying? Like, jail, wars, you know what I'm saying? Like, getting shanked up, poked up, having to poke up people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people need to see this, man. People need to be heard, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And, this is a dope platform, and I love what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? So,
Thank you, bro.
I remember when I first seen it, and I was like, that's what's up, you know what I'm saying? And to see where it's going now, you know what I mean? Like, you know, that's just consistency, you know what I'm saying? And telling yourself to keep pushing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
That's
Like,
what I've
you
been
know,
doing. Yeah, keep going, bro. Don't stop. That's what I keep
that's
telling
what I'm
myself.
saying. Like, and you see how we talk, we say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Keep pushing, keep going. And you know, it gets bigger and bigger. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
and it
Like,
sounds simple and it may sound, but it's really, if you stop, you're definitely not gonna get whatever you're trying to get. You know what I mean? You just,
I see a few of my
success comes
guys
to
on here,
those.
man. My man Avocado Williams.
Oh, yep.
My man Big Juice, you know what I'm saying? Few guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I can name some more.
Oh
but,
yeah, I bet. Yep.
You know, it's just dope to see people telling their story, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you got a great platform, man. Keep pushing it. You know
I
what I mean?
appreciate you coming on, man. And I guess I don't know if there's something. Oh well, before we get to that last question, do you have a date for this year's? Well, not this year, the 2025 cookout. Do you are like how far ahead do you plan that?
I usually do it the last Sunday in August every year. You know
Okay,
what I'm
last
saying?
Sunday in
Last Sunday
August,
in August
okay.
every year. My man Cass want to switch it up, but we're gonna see. But last
All right.
Sunday in August every year we do it. Same vibes, man. Just
That's
community, family. The old ladies out, the kids is out.
Is there a reason why
the
you picked
ladies
that
is out.
time of year?
I mean, it's the last
Hurrah before
yeah, you know what I mean?
people go
School
back to
starts right after, so
school,
we
yeah.
got backpacks, we got food, we got music, we got the kids, dance competitions, art. You know, they're getting their face painted. You know, like I had some young entrepreneurs this year. Kids are selling cupcakes. And,
That's cool,
you know what I mean? My son's selling cotton candy. So I think I want to do a little kids area where they, you know, they do their entrepreneurship thing. But I had this lady, actually Ayana Bean. I don't know if you might have to get her up on here. She was on the BET. She had got caught up in some stuff, and she did a show on BT. But she brought like at least 5 kids. She gave them 500 each.
Wow.
And they had to create a business and start selling their stuff out there. So, like stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That's dope. And you know, I was like, yo, bring them along. They don't gotta pay nothing. Let them make their money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
it ain't about the money with us. You know what I'm saying? We just want to have a good time. Like them old ladies, just seeing them old ladies out there. Like I go to the projects, and they're like, when's the cookout? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like just to see that, they want to be involved. You know what I mean? Like they ain't seen like the block like that.
I was gonna say, like,
you know what I'm
how gentrified Cambridge has become since like the 90s and everything like that. The projects is almost like the last of the Mohegans as far as like what the like a neighborhood feeling and vibe. You know what I mean? That's I like that.
Ain't too many people I know with properties out there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a few left, but a lot of people have properties out there. You know what I'm saying? And a few still do. Like Windsor Street right there got a few, you know what I mean? A few people still there. You know what I mean? But it's dope, man. Just to see everybody pop out. You see people from back in the days you ain't seen. They just happy to be back in the bridge.
It's good for it to be something positive, because like a lot of times, even like your own family, you might not see them unless somebody dies.
Yeah,
bro.
that's just
like,
sad, man. Like,
and then the next time you see them is when someone else dies.
hate
It's like
that
we gotta
shit.
get
I hate
together
it,
when it's not this, and then they never do. So like that event.
No, it's one of them ones, man.
Absolutely.
You know, I try to bring the whole city out. I
Yeah.
don't care
Well, maybe we'll get you back here one more time. You know, right before
yeah,
too.
you never
Talk
know,
about
man.
it again, bro.
It's just good to see like every part of the city out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you know, we think about the beef side, like it shit don't really be about nothing. Like it'd be high school shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Pretty
yo,
much.
man, it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, pop out, come have some food, relax. You know what I'm saying? And have a good time.
Bring
you know
the
what I mean?
family, bring your friends, bring
Oh,
people
yeah,
who
nah,
not
the
even
kid-
from Cambridge.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's
nah,
good to see
I mean,
other people come from
listen,
all over,
people
right?
from Boston,
I see a bunch
people
of Boston
from-
guys there.
Yeah, now everybody from everywhere just be popping out and showing love, and they you know they real. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes can come and start trouble. You know what I'm saying? But you know it's so much of a
probably be a bad
family
idea,
feel.
though.
No, I'm just saying like
But,
you
yeah.
know it's just a family feel. You can bring your kids. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about no rah like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just real, man. And
Save that for the other 364 days.
yeah. No, that's one of them days. Like, yo, keep that shit. You can see somebody, walk by him, act like you ain't see him. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It ain't that ain't the place. You know what I'm saying? So, no, but it's been dope, man. Just to see how it's been growing. You know what I mean?
I love seeing it too, bro. I love
just
watching
getting
it.
that extra support. You know what I'm saying? Like, You know what I mean? It's dope.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely, man. So I guess before I let you go, just some closing words, or if there's something that you wanted to touch on, maybe we didn't get a chance to, but if not, just some closing words for the people, bro.
Just keep pushing and keep grinding, man. Keep doing what you love. You know, keep the people you love close, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, keep your head up, man. Keep grinding, you know what I'm saying? And try to help somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it, man. You know what I mean?
And stay out of situations that are, you know, gonna put you
hell
back
yeah.
in prison, unless that's where you want to be, because I don't know, some people, it seems like that's where they want to be, but
Yeah, nah, I'm definitely not, like, we ain't chilling like that. Like,
No.
You know what I'm saying? I might pop out here and there, but, like, you know,
what
we
it is.
ain't just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, we working somewhere. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
if I'm chilling, I'm in a restaurant
that's what I
somewhere.
say to people too,
You know
who
what I'm
want to
saying?
hang out, like, well, let's work out together. We can
Yeah,
talk then, like,
yeah.
just hang and chill and smoke. That's not,
Yeah, nah,
it's
I'm
not my
not trying
type
to
of
be on the
time
block
no more,
chilling
bro.
all day. Like, nah.
Got to
like,
be productive.
Things happen on the block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, block things
I'm
happen.
cool, you know what I'm saying?
Hood
So,
things
like,
happen
you know,
in the hood. Like,
a
what do you
mistake
expect?
can happen. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, they be thinking you someone else. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, I just try to keep it moving, man. Like you said, I'll meet you at a restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
we could do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that other stuff, man. I'm cool. You know what I mean? But you know,
Thanks
definitely,
again,
man, appreciate you, man. You already know.
Guys,
You know what I mean?
that's my guy right there. That's Manny. Everybody gotta eat. B Luke, the Bounce Back Podcast. Remember, it is what it is. What's next? That's what you make it. On that note, we out of here, bro.
I appreciate you, man. You already.
Bounce back, ain't got a moment.